Hello everyone, 12 teams have traveled here to the Lone Star State to battle for 4 national championship crowns here in the 2024 NCR National Championship Tournament. First matchup, we've got Wayne State taking on Colorado School of Mines, and I'm Tim Wilkes, joined up here in the booth by MLR commentator, USA Eagle with 20 caps, Mr. Will Hooley. And Will, we've got a fantastic first D3 semifinal coming up next on our hands.
Thanks so much, Tim. Great to be here on the Rugby Network for the men's national championships, as you mentioned, the semi-finals. And Wayne State, I like to think, are favourites for this one. And we look back previously in the season, they've already played Colorado School of Mines and they wiped the floor of them. However, this Colorado School of Mines side has been in excellent form in recent times, building to this semi-final. I think we're going to have a really good matchup on our hands.
7 wins in a row for Colorado School of Mines, and they are ready to rock and roll here live from SaberCat Stadium in Houston, Texas. You've got Wayne State College in their black and yellow taking on the Ore Diggers. Colorado School of Mines in the navy blue jerseys. Let's take a look here at Wayne State, the Wildcats. Coming into this one again, red hot. Let's take a look at the players. Keep an eye out there for Tishidoso Letsualo, the junior number 6, ready to rock and roll, a force there in the loose forwards. So take a look at the back line, led by Vuyo Imdalalose and Ricotso. They're 12 and 13, a full-on powerhouse. And that is how they've scored most of their points, and they are going to be a force to be reckoned with here. Colorado School of Mines on the other side, led by graduate student Dalton Geist, number 5. They're in the second row. Also got Hollingsworth, the junior, there at number 3 position. Take a look at the back line, led by Max Cisneros, the junior scrum half. Only senior in that back line, Zane Zakalowski, there at the fullback position. Will, we are just about ready to get this one underway. You mentioned these two faced each other earlier in the season. Colorado School of Mines in their second match, using that with a lot of freshmen, but they have turned their story this year and are ready for one final match to punch their ticket in the D3 National Championship. There's our referee, Patrick Fate, out of the Midwest Referee Society. And as we take a look at this one here, Will, it should be an excellent matchup between two powerhouses ready to collide.
Absolutely, Tim. And it's actually, everything's a level playing field when it comes to semi-final playoff rugby. It's everything in terms of what's gone before is out the window. It's about the here and now in Houston. Who is going to deal with the pressure as we get underway in this semi-final of the D3 Championships?
Nice deep kick to start things off inside the 22, and a return boot lands on the Ore Diggers half of the pitch, but it's knocked on, so a nice return kick will start this one off with a knock on, a scrum for Wayne State.
And what I'm going to be really interested is, we talk about dealing with that pressure, is how are you going to have your game plan today? Having played at the Houston SaberCat Stadium, notoriously there's always some wind and it's a big field. Got to make sure you put yourselves in the right areas of the pitch. Maybe Wayne State already showing that they're going to play a bit of a kicking game in this matchup.
First scrum of the day, a little collapse there. We will reset again through Mr. Fate. Ready to get his whistle going. Again, thank you so much for joining us here live on the Rugby Network. It's National Collegiate Rugby broadcast brought to you by Next Level Rugby Productions. As we sit ready for our first scrum, Max Cisneros, this will be Donnelly ready to put this one in, but we fall apart right in the beginning. A penalty, back 10 go the Ore Diggers.
Big front row of Wayne State. Going to be interesting, keeping an eye on that set piece, Tim, throughout this game, and the scrum being so important, particularly just getting the upper hand. And it's a good way for the Wildcats now just to get that territory inside, potentially the Colorado 22, which they do. So good start in the first couple of minutes for Wayne State. Can they put some pressure on now?
Great job flipping the field. Took that initial kickoff inside their own 22. Now ready for the line out in the opposition's. Ready for the throw here. Trenton Draper, the junior out of South Africa. Nice and straight. Big shove here from the Ore Diggers. Get it going sideways. Finally, the boys in black start to straighten this one up and push towards the line. Finally held up. Ball's presented nicely. Quick pick and go into contact. There goes Trent Draper. Continue to do this a couple times in a row. Number 3, pick and go. 7 meters out here for Wayne State, the D3 National Championship semifinal. Happy to keep it in close again, picked by Hruska. Inches away, they're over. Waiting for the call. Referee's gonna bring this one back. Held up, an initial defensive stand for the Ore Diggers, Will.
Well, I think it was just knocked on in the end from the Wildcats. As it looked so powerful, it looked control, the pick and go through the middle. And Colorado School of Mines didn't really have many answers, but it was just knocked on. There you can see it right at the end. Our cameraman doing a fantastic job as the ball just hits the deck. You could say that was going to be the perfect start for the Wildcats. Colorado School of Mines. Can they get away from their own line?
Second scrum taken against the head here. It starts to fall apart. It's scooped up and dotted down. Francisco Rolon brings Wayne State on top, 5-0.
Well, we just talked about the power coming through from Wayne State in the pick and go game, but that is crushing from the scrum. What a scrum on the Colorado School of Mines ball as well, and that's just straight against the head. That's just power coming through the middle of that Wayne State scrum. Look at that, just getting over nicely. What a brilliant start. Excellent in the control game. They built well from that line out. Yes, they knocked the ball on, but the ability then just to push through in the scrum, and that's not only a physical win, but also a mental win, you could say, getting that first try of the game from that scrum.
The Argentinian Francisco Rolon did a terrific job keeping that ball in as they pushed forward, made sure to keep it in the scrum, and then was able to scoop and score as it fell apart. Here's the kick. Strikes it through and true, so a 7-point lead to start off the match here for the Wayne State Wildcats.
Pretty crushing just to have that go literally against the head in the scrum. I think the Colorado School of Mines has hit the reset button. I'm sure that was probably spoken about underneath the post. Let that go now. Get yourselves back into the game.
Another deep kick taken there by Stevens, and he'll return this one yet again. Another strong kick finds its target over the midfield stripe. Recycle again. Back and forth we go. Too often you see this at the college level, but here on the national championship end, everybody ready to give a boot to it. Sure, possibly you don't want to get caught on the offsides call there, but we're going to bring this one back. Should be a line out. I believe they were dinging Wayne State here for the offsides.
Now just a chance for Colorado School of Mines to, as I said, just find their feet. First 5 minutes they've really felt it from Wayne State, but now they get this chance to move themselves into the 22 of Wayne State. In this playoff kind of rugby, Tim, it's always so important just to get your feeling, get your feet settled. It might just be that early bit passage of play, just get round the corner, get a drive going. Something just allows the Colorado School of Mines to feel like they are in this game and not feel like they're chasing it right from the off.
This is a team that has faced adversity all year long. First 2 matches of the year against tough teams. Took the loss here against Wayne State, but played a lot of freshmen and got a lot better throughout this season. Had to beat in-conference rival in the quarterfinals, Mexico Institute of Technology, to get here, and now they are ready to rock and roll. Over to the right-hand side, into the hands of Ordonez Enriquez. 12 meters out. Continue to push it out to the right-hand side. Great defense. Good job coming up and making the tackle behind the gain line there for the Wildcats. Unfortunately, they're dinged for the penalty. No offside, or excuse me, no advantage gain. A quick tap coming here for the Ore Diggers. Into contact goes Cisneros. Just inches away, but this one looks like it's held up. A great tackle in goal and a turnover back to the Wildcats.
Trent Draper doing a brilliant bit of work there, just holding up the scrum half, and a tap and go. I thought maybe it's early in the game and they had a good shove from the line out more beforehand. Did they fancy just kicking it into the corner? But no, wanting to put some pace on the ball, nearly, well, getting over the line, but just getting held up. So Colorado State showing the intent that they want to bring. They want to play fast, Tim. I just question whether that maybe should have been kicked into the corner and set up a more. It might have been a better option, but nonetheless, they'll get the ball back from this dropout.
Off the kick, it's taken in hand nicely here, and Colorado School of Mines already threatening again inside the 22-meter line for Sam Carpenter, the sophomore out of Nashville, Tennessee. Gets him moving. Now off to the right as we see our next level rugby replay here. Watch Carpenter yet again. Now, again, trying to take that weak side of the pitch. Beautiful SaberCat Stadium, natural grass facility. One of the premier facilities here in the United States. Only MLR team to own their own stadium. And they are enjoying the fruits of their labor here with some of the best players in the country, battling for the D3 National Championship. Great defense again. Repelling time and time again. Dorsey couldn't crack the door that time. And now a quick grubber through. Finds some space, but a great scoop there from Ben Donnelly. Wayne State not out of the woods yet. 2 meters from their own try line. Look to secure possession out the back there. Stevens off to the right-hand side. The big fella Draper, called his name multiple times, doing a great work. Let's keep the ball in, kick up over the top, stays in play. We're going to bring this one back for a penalty. I believe offsides possibly here for Colorado School of Mines. No advantage gain.
Really enjoyed the tactic by Colorado School of Mines to poke that one through. If the Wildcats are going to bring that line speed, then they might open up some space in behind the defensive line, which is what Mines try to exploit. Put a lot of pressure under the SaberCats. In the end, they did very well. Ben Donnelly just to scramble back and get the ball back for his side. But already, Colorado School of Mines are showing some really good attacking intent, wanting to play quick, wanting to change it up with the kicking option. So for them, that's a lot of confidence, and hopefully they can build on that as they still stay inside the Wayne State half.
Look at years past, Wayne State Wildcats now their 3rd year in a row, right here in the top 4 on the D3 side. Colorado School of Mines, no slouch either, as they have taken down 2022's national champion Humboldt. Cal Poly Humboldt back a couple weeks ago. They have really started to get things moving here. Still down by 7. Minutes into this match, another kick up over the top. Back 3 for Colorado School of Mines have been tested early and often here so far. Huge counter ruck opens it up, and Wayne State have earned themselves a penalty.
Excellent counter ruck. And guess what? It's that big man again, Trent Draper. He was part of it. He's been everywhere, the number 3 from Wayne State. As now they take a sensible option and go for 3 points, but great kick chase. Great counter ruck, the power that's coming through, and it's that power at the moment for the Wildcats that is really showing. And for Colorado School of Mines, it's pretty crushing considering how much time they had inside the Wayne State 22. They now find themselves back in their own half, and they now potentially have 3 points going against them.
So set up for the kick, Logan Stevens, freshman out of Kansas City, Missouri, physical therapy major. One of just 5 athletes originally here from the U.S., so a lot of recruiting going on by Brian Chivers. This Wildcat squad. Kansas City product. Notches his 2nd in a row. 2 kicks, 2 conversions. Got the penalty earlier, or here as well, and 10-0 the score as Wayne State College on top here in this D3 National Championship semifinal.
low, lazy strike of the ball, but it's perfect into the wind. You can see in the background the trees are blowing, the flags are blowing. Every point will matter. That's a great 3 points for Wayne State.
Mid-60s today here in beautiful southeast Texas. Might see a little bit of rain as we did last weekend as well, and a huge run here over the midfield stripe. The fullback Sokolowski getting into this one. Over the 10-meter line come the Ore Diggers, and another quick take here from Cisneros. Always looking for the opportunities. We saw him earlier. This time support arrives to clear it out. A couple more pick and goes to get things reset. Jerger. Couple more meters. 12 minutes into this one. Another mistake here, though, from Colorado School of Mines. Too many of those here in the early goings. Again, down by 10, but still plenty to play for.
Captain.
Liking Cisneros, though, the way he's trying to break away around that breakdown. Mentioned already about his tap penalty. He wants to play quick, the number 9 for the Mines. I think for their side of things, if you're going to do that pick and go game, it's good, it can be effective, but the clear out, you've got to take a man away from the breakdown as well, from the Wildcats. So Colorado School of Mines, not a bad tactic, but they've got to be a bit more effective in terms of taking bodies away, so it opens up that space.
Another strong drive here for the Wildcats, but a big-time tackle there from Max Cisneros, the opposing scrum half. Jarred that one loose, knocked it on, played by a player in an offsides position, so it turns into a penalty. Off to the left come the Ore Diggers. Great slip there from Sanford, 25 meters out now. They can go, slowing things down here through James Gabriel. Find some space here on the near side. To contact they go. Through Odom. Pick and drive takes them just outside the 22-meter line. Well, so far they just have not been able to crack the code. We saw a couple kicks, but the second time in a row we see a knock-on turn the ball back over to the Wildcats.
Just needs to be a little bit more controlled. Whether that's a communication thing, you know, we're only in the early stages of this game, Tim. It might be a bit of nerves, but I do like the way they're trying to quicken the game up, and I feel like that is going to be, for the Mines, if they're going to get anything out of this game today, where they're going up against a big set of forwards. You're looking there on screen, the Wildcats are a big pack. Move them around, be quick, play quick. They're trying to do that, but you've got to have that accuracy as well. A little bit of control lacking for Colorado School of Mines.
Facing a tough Wildcat squad, one of the best defensive teams in the country. Their last 3 matches here in the national tournament, they gave up 3 points, 5 points, and 5 points each and every time, putting up at least 27 points of their own. So a tough task here for the Ore Diggers to try and get that tally going. Right now, almost 15 minutes into this one, it'll be Wayne State with the put into the scrum at about 25 meters away from their own try line, and a penalty this time against the Wildcats. Pulling in, and we'll have some space here on the near side. Out to Ordonez Enriquez. Scramble for it here, and the Wildcats are able to rip it out of there. Almost driven into touch. Scramble for it, and a kick with the left boot here by Donnelly. Finds an empty patch of grass. Over the right-hand side, they'll kick and look to find some touch here off to the right. Needed that one to land in the field of play, and it does. So a good little kick to keep the possession here on Wayne State's side.
Sean, did you have something?
Yeah, no, it was a good kick in the end, but just getting turned over. It came from another tap penalty. This is a brilliant jackal from Endelose of the Wildcats. Gets his hands in there. Gets it away, but I just feel, as much as I really like the way Colorado School of Mines are playing quickly, just be sensible. I think that one could have been kicked into the corner, didn't need to tap it. Should have just maybe kicked it in the corner, maybe try to maul for themselves.
Now Wayne State out of their own 22. Nice little phase off of the line out. Box kick coming here from Rolón. The Argentinian gets that left boot going again. Into the field of play, almost scooped up, but a great snag there from Jacob Jones. Back to the fullback, a kick up over the top. Wayne State still right there though, ready to go. On the counterattack, Max Burke Get this one into contact. Rokotso cleans it up for the Wildcats. Nice step around one, into contact against the second, Donnelly. Off to the left-hand side now again, go Wayne State. There's space out there, but the kick coming from Mdalalose. Needs that one to land in touch. Flag goes up. Looks like a referee coming back here to the near side. Possible advantage being played there, Will.
Yeah, just a high tackle on the play there. Mdalalose, lovely turnover before. He's looking to show his skills as well, his kicking ability and his running ability. You mentioned him earlier, Tim, as definitely one to watch for the Wildcats, the center. Just if I look at his good, powerful, straight running, showing the strength they have up front. They're going to use their big boys, Wildcats. They're going to use them again, I'm no doubt, in this driving lineup. It's a good kick inside the 22.
Able to find touch just outside the 22-meter line, but some great stepping there.
Off the kick, get the touch.
See where that high contact came in, but a next throw in. Come in here from Trent Draper. Draper, one of the 6 players for Wayne State College to be invited to the Midwest Barbarians. We'll see them here live on the Rugby Network in January. Draper with the throw, 3 for 3 so far on the lineouts. Able to get this one off. Letsoalo over the 22-meter stripe for the Wildcats. He cashed in once on the day. Look for some space. He'll go wide there to the left-hand side. Pass finds his target eventually all the way to the outside. Get it there to Lobelli. Now a kick up over the top, just looking for some space behind the defense. Little juggling happening from the winger Forsyth. Collects it nicely.
Well done under duress by number 11.
More Diggers have to play here from their own end. Will, we've seen them kick a couple of times. Let's see if that's the exit strategy. Great kick, almost all the way to midfield, scooped up by Ben Donnelly. Out to the outside they come, looking for some space out there. Rokotso over the 22-meter line, splits the defense, playing high with that ball. Looks like it may have lost that one forward. Almost a break there, Will, but another turnover back to Colorado School of Mines.
It was nearly a wild offload from the Wildcats. It was, look, some interesting kicking there. Colorado School of Mines, yes, they got it away from their 22, but they really just kicked it into the hands of the midfield of the counter-attack for Wildcats. And watch this, he puts the fend away, and then it's this basketball-style offload that just doesn't go to hand. You got to say some dangerous attacking runners for the Wildcats. Colorado School of Mines, they've got to be careful how they kick. If it was my decision here as a halfback, if you're under a lot of pressure, is get the ball off the field. It's better to defend from a set piece where you are set rather than from a counter-attack opportunity against the Wildcats.
Cisneros, the scrum half, puts this one in, takes it around the outside. Gonna bring this one back. Penalty here against Colorado School of Mines, falling apart in the scrum, and they'll be sent back to their goal line.
Into the corner now as well, which, from what we've already seen, that the powerful, I must have used that word enough times in this first 20 minutes, but it really has been the strength of this forward pack for Wayne State. Keep it simple, keep it in this front 8, front 5, I should say, in the line out. And ultimately, you've got to say that this is pretty ominous times as the Wildcats look to try and get their second try.
Line out, Wayne State.
Draper with the throw. Let's get us back going again. Pop this one out to the left here. Letsoalo tries to find some space on the weak side. Door gets slammed shut. 5 meters out now. Pick and go. The Wildcats look to keep it tight. Over the line they come. 3 pick and goes is all it takes for the Wildcats to get another 5 up on the board.
Well, it was interesting how they, in the end, they went a little bit off script, I felt, with the line-out play. The little short move to the front, the peel round. Never a massive fan when you're that far out, just push it over, but they keep controlled, and in the end, it's the pick and go that just comes through the middle. Great work there from Brennan Hursk, I think wearing the number 5. Keeps a low body position, keeps it driving, and Colorado School of Mines have no answer. So it's the power game we're going to see from the Wildcats. Been effective so far, it continues to be effective. There we go for their second try of the game.
Low drive gets them up and over the line. As the kick still to come. Logan Stevens will line this one up. But a couple of quick tries and the conversion, or excuse me, the kick earlier, the penalty from Stevens, have them in a great position here in the D3 semi-final matchup. Stevens takes his time. Just a little bit of wind out here today. Nothing too bad, but this one not going to have the distance. And so far, Will, 2 tries already for the Wildcats. Just have not been able to see the Ore Diggers get much going on the offensive end yet.
You've got to be stronger around the breakdown defensively, and that from the Colorado School of Mines. They've had some good opportunities, they've had some good territory, and as I say, it's kind of their own positives of being quick and trying to put pace on the game is great, but at the same time, I just feel like maybe if they do have penalties inside the Wildcats half, take the territory again, go and kick the ball into the corner. They've had one driving line out that's worked well for them already in this game. I'd like to see them go back to that tactic again. So they have a bit of time off for the player down injured for the Mines.
Don't forget, folks, we'll take a look. We got one more match still coming up later today on the D3 side of things. We'll have Holy Cross taking on the Duke Blue Devils for another D3 semi-final matchup. Right here, we've got the Wildcats again knocking on the door for the national championship, the 3rd year in a row, ready to break that thing down, take home their first national championship here in Houston, Texas. Just about ready to get things going again. And our referee there, Patrick Fate, out of the Midwest Referee Rugby Society out of the Pittsburgh area. Great to have so many good refs from all over the country here. NCR a couple years ago was able to increase the payments, trying to get in some of the top referees from throughout the country, and we have done that here today. ARs even have a TMO thanks to Next Level Rugby Productions. See if that pops up into play later on. Just now starting to walk off under his own power. Coaches here for Colorado School of Mines was Anthony Ford on the left and Alex Verstraete there on the right, and we are just about ready to get things moving again. Restart deep inside Wildcat territory, not taken up as quickly this time, but they'll still return kick just like they have the previous ones. Pretorius sends it out. The Ore Diggers with the penalty advantage drive their way over the 22-meter line. Another great run from Max Cisneros. Into contact now goes Jonathan Sanford. 10 meters out. Ore Diggers know they need to put points on the board quickly here to stay in this D3 semifinal matchup. Great dummy run. 5 meters out now for the Ore Diggers. Pick and drive. 4 meters out now. That one's poached away, scooped up by the Ore Diggers, and again repelled. 4 meters out, Cisneros out to the right-hand side. Fly half can't get rid of it. Sam Carpenter, the sophomore, takes this one into contact. That's a maul, finally falls apart. The Ore Diggers are able to retain possession. Cisneros out to the outside again, through the hands. Finally collected there by Odom. We'll come back, I believe offsides is gonna be the call there. No, high tackle, so another opportunity. There it is again. Well, they're trying to go quick again. I know you called for the kick for touch. Let's see what they decide once they settle things down.
I love, honestly, Tim, I love the fact their ambition to keep pacing the game. It's clearly where they feel that they're going to get the upper hand on this big Wildcats team. But yeah, I think this is sensible now. Just slow down and play. Just take this ball into the corner, get your line out set, and really try and push this one over. It's almost like what they're doing so well in generating the speed of ball is just at the same time, you've got to be tactically know where you are on the field, how momentum's working, and I really feel this is the correct decision, I should say, for the Mines.
Colorado School of Mines, 5 different players in that forward pack, over 6 feet tall. They're able to take the line out with ease here. In the ruck, this one gets popped out. Wayne State are able to recover it here on the turnover. Strong run there from the number 8, Rolone. Sets him up here. Keep it in tight. Wildcats continuing to push, a little bit isolated that time, and a penalty earned for the Ore Diggers.
Great steal by number 4. I think that was Jack Dorsey in there. Now we'll just wait to see what they decide to do here. Scrum half deciding to control his troops as they tap again.
Nice tackle off to the right-hand side, but a big-time tackle coming in from Trent Draper on the defensive end. Big fella. Multiple collisions already in this match. Off to the right-hand side. Flirting with that offsides line are the Wildcats, but right now, legally done so. Off to the right, here comes Wyman, the senior. Still flirting with that 22-meter line, but they just have not been able to push their way all the way through. Now to the outside. Again, not much happening there on the back line. Great defense in the back 5 so far from this tough Wildcat squad. Sanford scoops this one up out to the right-hand side. Another shoestring tackle. Great job. That was Rolone. Again, Wildcats defensively just time and time again coming away with big pops. Colorado School of Mines continue to try and find some space. Now out to the left-hand side, looking weak. Nice little pass before contact, finds its target, Sanford. Over the 22-meter line they come. Pick and go here from Gabriel. Right on top of it again, Mdlalose always looking for that poach, but gets repelled again. Strong run from Logan Wyman, civil engineering major. Helps them creep their way closer. Penalty there, no quick, says our referee. Possible card coming here, Will.
Yeah, that's what happens when you build the pressure. The amount of phases that Colorado School of Mines managed to hold on for, and there you have it, a yellow card for Wildcats, so they'll be down a man. And guess what? I assume the Mines are going to probably tap this again. Yes, they do.
10 meters out, they'll quick and take it off the right-hand side. Beautiful pass, hits its target, but they were hit immediately as well. Ball comes jarred loose, and a turnover back to Wayne State. And they've tried to throw just about everything at them, but Wayne State have held on tightly throughout.
Well, I think they're going to live and die by this tactic today. They are going to keep hold of the ball, tap and go everything, but in the end, just a mistake, unfortunately, for the Mines and letting Wildcats off the hook. Got to commend their effort. They're working really hard. I really like the way they were holding onto the ball. Good clear outs, good body position in the contact area by the Mines. But it's just that little lack of accuracy and just maybe a little bit of game understanding. I also know it's not easy to throw the ball in and the line out in the wind here in Houston on this field, but at the same time, you've got to just think about your tactics, where you are, what's best for you. It's not always going to be tapping and going.
One thing working well for the Wildcats from Wayne State has been these scrums. Across the front row, 150 pounds advantage, 50 pounds a player in the front row for Wayne State, and they've earned themselves another penalty.
The referee now just has a quiet chat because
number 3 is a little bit more experienced than the okay. So, but he's got to maintain. I don't need you. He's got to maintain the scrum. Okay. I've had 3 penalties. Okay, 2 resets. Next time I'm gonna have to elevate it. If he can't get it correct, he's fine. 3 is fine. Okay, just work on 7. Thank you.
There you go. And the referee just basically saying that we can't have more penalties throughout this game, otherwise someone's going to have to be sent to the sin bin. And you've said it already, Tim, that the Wildcats are more than happy to just scrum all day long with the likes of someone like Trent Draper, the number 3 for Wayne State. They absolutely have the upper hand in that. Seeing again a replay, it's all just a little bit too easy, and it's going to cost them eventually, the Colorado School of Mines. The referee, one more penalty away, and they might lose a player.
You'd like to see Draper straighten up a little bit there on the outside, but again, they go 275, 235, 285 across the front row, and so far they have been a bruising bunch here in the scrums. Kick finds touch from Mdlalose. It'll be a line out here for Wayne State, again trying to get a national championship. They are a perennial powerhouse. Coach Brian Chivers, USA Rugby U20 coach from 05 to 2012, a mainstay here with National Collegiate Rugby, has his team in great position here so far. 30 minutes gone by, up by 15. On the front foot, charging through off the line out. Great phase work, and now the big fella Draper, bust free. Beautiful backhanded pass to the 8-man Rolon. Takes on 2. Finds support. Great job by the Wildcats. Ready to punch this one in. Pick and go from Letsualo. 10 meters out now for Wayne State. Starts to fall apart, so they're able to scoop this one up. Ruska with the left-handed offload. Again, into contact goes Francisco Rolon. 6 meters out now. Letsualo takes it himself. Over 1. 1 meter out now. There's the pick and go. Stefani is in for the try. Wayne State, number 3 on the day.
Beautiful. And it all started from their own half, and it started with that big man, Trent Draper's been phenomenal in this opening 30 minutes. And you can tell, there you have it, the Wayne State bench are happy as well. Controlled, really controlled around the breakdown. And in the end, that's just falling over the line. Great try, but it was all the build-up play into that, the break through the middle from the prop, the offloading as well, keeping the ball alive. And in the end, physically, when it's one-on-one, you've got to back the Wildcats all day in this matchup. It's a great try. This is just starting to pull away now, already inside the first half.
Also helping in that setup, Tishidoso Letsualo, number 6, had that run right beforehand. A couple of pick and goes off to the left, but he was able to suck in the defense. They did not fringe out. They kept it. One more final pick and go gets them into the try zone. 9 minutes left to play here in the first half. That one inside the right upright and good. 22-0. Colorado School of Mines still unable to get any offense up and going.
Got to remember as well, Tim, they're a man down, so they've done this with 14 men. Good decisions, great power coming through. You beat the first man and then you're behind the defensive line. It's so hard to then get back set. And in the end, you're just having these big runners. We talked about the size of this Wildcats pack, and they just made that look far too easy. Really strong running, really strong build-up play, and in the end, a great finish, a 3rd try for the Wildcats in this semi-final.
And that was Diego Stefani, the junior out of Johannesburg, South Africa, an agricultural business major. Brings it home for the Wildcats. They continue to press on. Again, our referee, Patrick Fate, out of the Midwest Referee Society. Conversing here with the ARs, and we are ready to rock and roll again. 7 minutes left to play. Really, so far, will everything click in here for Wayne State as they continue to apply strong pressure. Off to the left, here comes Max Cisneros, has really been leading from the front for his squad. Off to the left he comes again, into the hands of Gabriel. James Gabriel carries multiple jerseys, now 25 meters out. for Colorado School of Mines, but they have not been able to punch over the gain line often enough once they get inside the 22. And again, Wayne State looking to repel them away. Another strong take. Gabriel again, this time held up firm. Off to the right-hand side, Carpenter looking for runners out there with him, but a big-time tackle just completely stifles that attack. The Wildcats continue to pound away on the defensive end. This one squirts free. Knocked on, says the referee, so it'll be a scrum to Colorado School of Mines.
How impressive is that Wayne State defense line, though? They're connected, they're spread across the field, and they come up with line speed. It's really nowhere to go for the Colorado School of Mines. They've tried around the fringe of the ruck, they've tried the pick and go game, they've tried to put tempo on the ball, and now they're trying to move it out wide, but that space is just not there. They've got to be more effective with some of their collisions. Great little run, I think it was from the number 8, James Gabriel, when they got in behind that Wayne State defensive line. From there, then you've got to go and play. You've got to play quickly. In the end, they just sort of moved it out wide where there wasn't any space, and they were put back on the back foot.
Speaking of back on the back foot, Cisneros just has to scramble to pull this one back out, but cannot do so before the penalty is given. At least 4 on the day already against the Ore Diggers.
They're not going to enjoy the scrums today. Colorado School of Mines. There is a genuine disadvantage, weight disadvantage, size disadvantage. These Wildcats, are really strong in that area. And credit to the referee, he did say one more penalty and he would consider the yellow card for the Mines. He hasn't given that yellow card yet, but I'm struggling to see for the Mines how they can get back in that area.
Still just over a minute left on the yellow card for Wayne State. You see there here on the near side of the pitch, here from beautiful SaberCat Stadium, South Houston. We're ready to go again. Put in here from Trent Draper, throws this one nice and straight, knocked on. They're in the line out, so an option here, a scrum down, will come to Colorado School of Mines. Another attacking opportunities. We are under 4 minutes left to play in the first half.
And a big 4 minutes, Tim, as well, because this is something, whenever you go into a halftime break, everything and anything could have happened in that first half, but if you can take a score into that break, it just gives that whole different edge and different feel to a team when they see each other back inside the locker room. So for Colorado School of Mines, this is a really big 3.5 minutes to try and get points on the board.
Put in there again for Cisneros. Backpedaling, he's able to get it out. Needs support to arrive in time, and they're able to do so. The first times they've been able to come away with it out of the scrums. Now off to the left-hand side, they try to keep it in tight, but support a little bit slow. A penalty there, not releasing is the call. That's going to be against Letzoalo. Cisneros back to his team. Try to pound forward. Draper, though, ready to lower the blow on the defensive end. Kick up over the top. The chase is on. Will not land inside the 22. This one gets pinballed around back and forth there. I believe we're going to come back here, Will, for a penalty. Advantage was being played, none gained.
Diving off feet. I think it was a decision from the referee. As now we just to see what they get, what they decide is looking to maybe kick it inside the 22. As I've mentioned, just something on the board, get some points on this board for the Colorado School of Mines. Good kick. Good opportunity now. Good opportunity to attack. Like I say, just get a score if they can.
Both teams back to full strength as Gabriel Terwi on the pitch again. And they'll need him here to try and deny Colorado School of the Mines on the line out. Good kick on the last one by Sokolowski, the senior. Now this one's tapped back and the drive is on. Penalty is going to be given, obstruction the call.
Unfortunately, it just came out. I know what they were trying to set up. They were trying to set up that drive, which every time they have done that, the Mines, they've done well, but because that ball came out, it was almost knocked backwards, and then they tried to bring it back into the maul, and players were ahead of the ball. That's from an offside position. That's why the call has gone against the Mines. It's a shame. Right setup, right idea, right tactic, but again, it's that accuracy that's just letting them down.
Kick finds touch, and we are under 1 minute away from halftime here in the D3 National Semifinals. This Wayne State squad already with 3 tries. This one off to the right-hand side. They'll kick and try to find some space. Ore Diggers back and ready for it now on the counter-attack. Over the left-hand side they come. A little bit stranded there is Forsyth, and has the ball ripped away. Tishidoso Letsualo rips it out, but it's taken away again by the Ore Diggers. Great work from Rodrigo Ordonez Enriquez. Gets him back on the front foot, 20 minutes away from halftime. Almost into referee time now. Over the midfield stripe come the Ore Diggers. Advantage being played, not rolling away quick enough from the Wildcats. They'll keep it in tight off to the right-hand side. Still looking for space, Cisneros, prying. They can't find a gap, and there's a quick pick and go that opens things up. Anytime that they try to have quick rucks, they've had success. There's the stab kick through, but it's charged down nicely. Picked up again, and they still try to push forward. Support arrives, 23 meters out here. Jonathan Sanford. Not much doing off the right-hand side. To contact again. Odom couldn't get there. Advantage was being played, none gained. So back 10 go the Wildcats, and Cisneros right there again, ready for the quick tap. This ball right back to where it was before the penalty, and another offside, or excuse me, another penalty advantage being played. Looks like they were a little bit high on the tackle there against Cisneros. But Will, we have just not seen them be able to punch through. They are going to come back no advantage gain and earn themselves the penalty.
Yeah, it's as if like they maybe punch through on one, but then the next time it's slower and they can't continue that momentum. There's some really good pick and goes. I've mentioned already, if you're going to pick and go through and around rucks, you've got to make sure as a breakdown when you're clearing someone out, you actually take a man out. At the moment, the Wildcats are able to defend the pick and go, and then no one's involved in the breakdown, so they can just fan out, and therefore there's no space for the Colorado School of Mines to continue to build that momentum because they haven't taken anyone out of the game. Interesting, this decision now, as I said, just to get some points before the end of the half. I think this is sensible. 3 points, take themselves with a bit of belief going into halftime for the Mines.
Points so hard to come by against this Wayne State squad. 3 up on the board. Therefore, the Ore Diggers, a rough first half though, Will, that has seen great athleticism on the opposite side there for Wayne State.
Yeah, you could say two ways of playing. Power against speed, but in the end, at the moment, it's the power that's coming through for Wayne State.
We'll step aside. When we return, the second half is here and ready to go on the Rugby Network. We'll be right back.
It's time to pass. It's time to train, step, and tackle. It's time for tradition. And time for brotherhood. It's rugby time, America. It's rugby time, America.
Rugby is all about feeling. The feeling when you crouch, when you bind, when you set. The feeling when you go into that first defender. The feeling when you make that first tackle. The feeling when you take that first hit. We are that feeling. We are contact. We are Rhino.
Rugby is a sport where teamwork truly makes the difference. In alignment with the values of rugby, Globant and Major League Rugby join forces in a powerful innovation scrum that aims to elevate the sport using the latest technologies. We are already co-creating digital solutions to impact the game, the fans, and the global community in a sustainable way. When technology meets passion, the unthinkable happens. Globant, technology that dares to delight.
It's time to hit. It's time to pass. It's time to train, step, and tackle. It's time for tradition. And time for brotherhood. It's rugby time, America. It's rugby time, America. It's time to hit.
Welcome back to the D3 semifinal matchup here between Wayne State College and Colorado School of Mines. A tough contested first half, but Wayne State and the Wildcats on top big 22-3 here after 40 minutes of action. Tim Wilkes, and I'm joined up here in the booth by Will Hooley. And Will, a fantastic display, not just on the offensive end, but defensively as well for Wayne State College.
Yeah, they've been really strong, and it's two contrasting styles of play. Wayne State have the upper hand up front. Set piece, they've been strong, and they've got some big ball carriers. As for Colorado School of Mines, they probably had the majority of the possession. They've tried to play quickly. They tried to use their nimbleness, if there is such a word, around the breakdown, trying to play with speed. But in the end, it's that lack of power, that lack of physicality against this big Wayne State side. And unfortunately, it's just going against them at the moment. So Wayne State, they have the ascendancy, 22-3 up in the semi-final. 40 minutes to come.
This is a Wayne State squad that throughout the season have excelled on the defensive end. Earlier in the year, they did play Iowa Central Community College, who put up 42 on them. But other than that, no team this year has put up more than 13 points against Wayne State in their last three matches. Average score 41-4 for the Wildcats. And here, early in the second half, a knock-on will give them the half's first scrum.
Definitely want to pick out a couple of key individuals. Trent Draper's been superb, the number 3 for Wayne State so far in the scrum, but also just around the field as well. The big man's been bossing it. And then in the back row, really impressive. The whole back row from the Wildcats, getting over the ball, getting turnovers. It's been a physically dominating first half. Can they do the same in the second half?
Continue to impose their will there. Strong drive, but it pops out and scooped up by Colorado School of Mines. The Ore Diggers just 30 meters away now, exactly the way they wanted to start off this second half of action. Pick and go coming through here from Gabriel. As they recycle this one back, try the far side of the pitch. They're able to push their way over the 22-meter line. Cisneros gets them moving again. Just catching it a little too flat-footed. Tackled securely behind the gain line. Good work by Aaron Venegas. Able to come up and make that pop. Off to the right they come. Nice, strong, hard line, but it comes off the hands of Ordonez Enriquez over to Wayne State. They are unable to take an advantage from it, so we'll come back to the scrum down for the Wildcats.
Hard line into a brick wall in the end, and I think you mentioned there, Tim, just these passes on the gain line, which can be useful, can be a really good attacking ploy, but in the end, for the Mines, it was just man and ball, and that's one of the reasons for knocking it on. I wouldn't mind seeing the Colorado School of Mines just not committing so many people to the breakdown. There was about 5 people who were doing nothing around the ruck. Offer yourselves as another option. As now, the Wildcats break away.
Rolón finds some clear space from his 8-man spot. Off to the right-hand side, big-time collision. But Imdalose is able to kick that one through. Beautiful grubber, trickles all the way out near the 22-meter line. Referee gonna have a quick chat with the AR, though, to confirm some things.
Have a high tackle on blue?
Yep.
Okay. Penalty there or up?
Penalty options, right?
Penalty there or there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Captain Blue. So I do have a high tackle, okay? We're gonna call him by Blue. Black, you have the option if the penalty where the tackle occurred or where the ball landed.
Well,
So there you go, penalty all the way up where end up landed. You can just see there on that replay, a
Back.
high shot from the
Back.
Mines. Really good heads-up rugby from Wayne State just to put that kick through. I thought that was actually going to stay in play.
Ball play, Blue.
Bounce into the winger's hands. Nonetheless, they got great field position. And there is one thing that has been going very strong for them. It's been this driving line out. So, you've got to say for the Wildcats, they're probably going to set something up exactly what they had before and what they've also scored from. So here we go. Really, really good play for the Wildcats.
See the frustration coming. Sekulowski, the senior fullback for Colorado School of Mines, just trying to will his team to some positive play here. Get a bit of a nudge. Unforced errors. This one's knocked on inside the line out. So a chance to relieve some pressure here for the Ore Diggers, as they'll take this one a few minutes here into the second half.
I think that's what you call a commentator's curse from me. Getting all excited for the line-out drive and then just not set up. Just that knock-on you can see there.
Crouch!
Small bit of maybe lack of cohesion, I don't know. It's been ultimately very cohesive when it has been a driving ball throughout this game from the Wildcats. That one just getting away. So can the Mines get away from their own 22?
See the pressure coming again. It was picked up by the flanker here on the near side. The referee's going to bring this one back, I believe. Came straight out. So we'll have another scrum, but boy, the Wildcats just pushing so hard again. Lots of power, 275, 235, 285 across the front row. And they are pushing hard and really starting to dominate these scrums.
Cisneros, the number 9 for the Mines, has just got to get this in and out. Stick it down channel 1 of the scrum. And get this ball out as soon as possible. They don't want to be in a pushing contest.
Able to get this one in, but it's lost, turned over, and here come the Wildcats off to the left-hand side. through the hands of Ricozzo. Nice little offload, but Mdlalose lost it forward. The Ore Diggers take possession here. Nothing coming out of that one, no advantage gain. So another scrum for the Ore Diggers, but pinned deep inside their own 22.
Mammoth scrum coming from the Wildcats. And in the end, from that turnover ball, they try and move it out wide. It was just a pass that went behind Mdlalose, I think it was Mdlalose, sorry, the number 13 for the Wildcats, who's been such a dangerous runner throughout this game. Probably just wanting to get the ball into his hands as soon as possible. But it's another scrum. And it's another time you like to think the Wildcats are going to put on the pressure again.
Big boys in that front row get another surge, but a great take out the back by Gabriel. Comes around the side, ball in hand here for Sanford, all the way up in front of the midfield stripe. Now they continue to push through with Cisneros. Better here from the Ore Diggers. We take a second look of that break off the right-hand side there by Sanford. Cisneros back in play off to the left. Need a long pass to keep things moving, but great defense there by Ricozzo, coming up and making the tackle behind the gain line, forcing the fullback into action. Sokolowski takes it in. There's that defensive line speed. 15 meters of a push there. They're able to scoop this one up and take the turnover from there. Wildcats now able to retain possession. Beautiful backhanded pass, kept it in, but a high tackle is going to send the Ore Diggers back 10.
And it's a penalty. And a chat between the refs.
Just waiting to see if we can hear.
So let's have a chat with the captain, and we're going to just go with a penalty. Yeah. Okay. Captain!
High shot. And it's been a couple of those high shots in the last sort of few minutes. So what the referee will be saying to the captain might be saying no more.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Have a second to talk to my team.
Lucky to not see the yellow there. Good job from our referee coming and talking with the AR, getting that call right, sending the Ore Diggers back 10. As you see fans and teams starting to get onto the pitch here in the stands. Here at beautiful SaberCats Stadium in Houston, Texas, home of the Houston SaberCats. Great couple of weeks down here in Southeast Texas. Kick off the right-hand side, does not find touch. Mdlalose, good kick, but it's scooped up. I didn't see the flag come up. It looks like we're gonna bring it back. A knock-on is gonna be the call.
Kept it in play, did everything right, and then just didn't take it. The kick probably was wobbling all over the place, and well, the Wildcats have got lucky here. And you could say actually, having the scrum is a benefit for them. The scrum, what is it, 6-7 meters out from the Colorado School of Mines line. Got lucky there for the Wildcats though.
Set up, Ben Donnelly, sophomore construction major, takes this one out the back. There's the drive, keeps it at the back feet, finally looking. As you see, completely falling apart. They're gonna call the knock on. It didn't look like any of the flankers, any of the back row were there, but they're gonna have the quick tap taken in front of the mark, not done so correctly, and I think we're gonna end up with a scrum here, Will.
Look at the power that comes on. Everything's done right until the point where the scrum half just goes in, and I think he just catches the leg of his own number 8. Yeah, you could just see it there as he pulls away, furious with himself. But another scrum, regardless of it being Colorado Mines ball, Wildcats will be still coming.
The surge is on. Ball is there at the back of the scrum. They're able to dive over with it. Not enough, though. They've got to retain possession off to the right-hand side, and it's over for the try. The first of the half for the Wayne State Wildcats.
Diego Stefani getting in there. A well-deserved try with the amount of pressure that was coming on, and those scrums are just a demolition job. And a little bit of control to finish off. You can see right in the corner, Stefani gets over that 4th try of the afternoon for Wayne State. It's not going to get easier for Colorado School of Mines. They've got to stay so far away from any scrum if they're going to have any chance of coming back into this game, because, well, the Wildcats are making that facet of the game look all too comfortable and easy.
Great try there, Diego Stefani, a junior out of Johannesburg, South Africa, agricultural business major. Great job getting his team their first points of the second half. Now they'll set this one up. Logan Stevens out of Kansas City strides into it, but will not have the distance to knock this one home. 27-3, your score in favor of Wayne State.
I was saying how the Colorado School of Mines, they've got to get it in channel 1, which they do, but it's the amount of pressure that's coming on. Even if you are trying to get the ball in and out of that scrum from the Mines, you are really under the pressure of such a powerful Wildcats forward pack as they now get another breakaway. Now they're not stopping with this power. The Mines are unfortunately really under pressure.
And averaging 41 points a match in their last 3. They are right on pace to get there. There's the kick coming from the fullback. Sokolowski finds some space, has this one bounce right to him, and he's able to take it home for the first try of the day for Colorado School of the Mines.
Well, the kick is only as good as the chase, and the chase got rewarded by a bounce of a rugby ball. With his kids at home, one thing you always try and do is not let a rugby ball bounce. As it was from the turnover that they got, School of Mines hacked downfield and it landed into this man's hands. He kicked it through, he kicked it forward, he chased it so hard, and in the end, Sokolowski is rewarded for his effort. Try on the board for Colorado School of Mines.
Incredible athlete, 6'4", 249 pounds at that fullback position. Was able to get his momentum into that one, took it the distance, and gave the first try of the day to the Ore Diggers. Set up here for the kick. Low driving ball up over the crossbar. Brings them into it a little bit. 10 points up on the board for the Ore Diggers.
It was a good, actually, initial sea of space in front of him from the fullback. Definitely an area of the field, as I said, like you've got to make sure, but you don't want a ball to bounce. But actually, I credit the kick. It was into space, and in the end, it just sat up perfectly. But good awareness from the Mines fullback, and he's, as I say, rewarded for his effort, for his chase, so that ball just sitting up into his hands.
Chemical engineering major out of Highlands Ranch, Colorado, takes it over for the Ore Diggers. Now 27-10, still plenty to do to fully get back into this one, but they'll take that same approach, kicking through. Pretorius scoops this one up and a beautiful offload before a big time collision. Wildcats up over the 10-meter line, but they lost it forward. Scooped up by Carpenter. The Ore Diggers, another opportunity to really start to get the momentum swaying in their direction. 14th minute here of the second half. Come out to the right-hand side, nobody there with them, completely stranded. Draper got his hands on it, but knocked it forward in the process of trying to poach it. So advantage now being played for the Ore Diggers. Strong take by Sokolowski. Big fella trying to get into the action, help out his squad however he can. Saw him a little frustrated early in the day. Unfortunately, another knock-on will slow things down for the Ore Diggers and bring it back for a scrum to the Wildcats.
Too many people in the breakdown for the Ore Diggers. It's just No one's been effective. It's just standing over the ball. And in the end, if you got 5 people in the breakdown, well, there's probably little people to offer themselves in the attacking option. As we then found out, Colorado School of Mines moved the ball out wide. There was only 1 man there. Just need to be a bit more effective. Don't need to be in the breakdown or any sort of position and not be effective. It doesn't do your team any good. So they're wanting to play quick. You've got to have the men out wide to offer themselves as an option.
So a good quick hook that time. Bryce Roeder, just a freshman in there in that hooker spot for the Ore Diggers. Got it back, but again, it's taken away against the head by the Wildcats. Beautiful offload there from Imlobeli. Keeps things moving. So he got it off to Letsualo. Here to the near side, but it looks like Stefani, previous try scorer, stepped on the line. Obstruction the call right before that, so back 10 go the Wildcats.
So it'll be a penalty to School of Mines.
Sokolowski looks for touch there, but the fullback can't find it. It's scooped up and a big skip pass all the way to the center of the pitch. Wildcats trying to go move it around the defense. Burke finds him to Lalose. Nice little move, takes it over the midfield stripe. Into contact now, Terwi over the 10-meter line. Just how quickly this Wildcat squad can break. So no points here. Looking for some in the second half. Stefani had it early on, but since then, Colorado School of Mines was able to respond quickly. Out to the left again, into the hands of Imdololose. Quick hands to the outside. Good job by Stefani. Finds his target there. Imlobeli over the 22-meter line. Beautiful move off to the right. Takes it home. Great try. Ayabo Imlobeli, the winger, takes it the distance for the Wildcats.
Best bit of rugby we've seen so far this afternoon. Wonderful handling to the edge and the step inside. Fantastic try. The movement of the ball was so good. Under pressure to have that handling in the midfield, to get it out to the width. Just watch this, it was in and out. Get in the hands, early catch, early pass. Look at that. Anyone watching at home, that's how you attack the space out wide. You've got to draw in the defenders. And it was just hands. It was just basic hands, catch and pass, giving your speedster out wide chance to run free like he does. Brilliant try from Wayne State. That should go up on the highlight reel.
Physical mentality from Wayne State, just leaving Ore Diggers all over the deck. And you saw a player down there as they brought it over the wing. They're able to kick this one up and through. Another one notched on the board there from Logan Stevens. The freshman in great form with that right boot. As we take a second look here, Will.
Look at that, just an early catch. Get your hands out early. I always tell kids to make sure you show the target early so then it gets into your hands early so you can pass the ball as quick as possible. Great work there from Wayne State. And now it's interesting for them as they take even more control on this match. The final obviously being played on Sunday. Quick turnaround. Do they make some changes, freshen things up, give some of their boys maybe a bit of a rest to make sure if they feel like they've got this game in the bag, give themselves a bit of time to recover to get ready for the final. Still though, 22 minutes left.
Knocked on there after the restart in a 24-point lead for Wayne State. And thank you so much for joining us here live from SaberCat Stadium in Houston, Texas. Tim Wilkes and Eagle Will Hooley on the call here for you. Don't forget, we've still gotten plenty more rugby coming your way. Next, we've got the other D3 semifinal, Holy Cross taking on the Duke Blue Devils. The D2 matches right after that as we keep things rolling here with National Collegiate Rugby on the Rugby Network. Another big-time shove earns the Wildcats a penalty.
You can see just how physically and mentally exhausted it is for the Ore Diggers. It's through no lack of effort, but when you just have that size and weight advantage that the Wildcats have, and they're putting it to great use, I mean, it's no real matchup in that scrum now.
Not pull out of the scrum like that, okay? You're dominating, but you must provide resistance. I can't have any more because it's becoming a safety issue. You guys understand that? Yes, sir. Thank you.
Your referee, Patrick Fate, just trying to implore the Ore Diggers to hold up in those scrums, giving them a couple tips to be able to make sure they don't fall apart. Just these huge shoves with a massive front row from the Wildcats have really put a stranglehold on this one, given the Ore Diggers just so few opportunities. Have to play perfect rugby or get a lucky bounce of the ball to get points up on the board. Just this Wildcats defense, tremendous on the day. Another kick finds touch. And just over the midfield stripe, it'll be the Wildcats' throw. Trent Draper again with the ball as we see one substitution coming in. Reese Kyle, number 19, out of Durban, South Africa, will step onto the pitch for try scorer Stefani. Diego Stefani, a tremendous game. And Wayne State continue to march forward. Another nice high take off of the line out. Has them driving and flirting with that midfield stripe. Off to Draper. Easily over. Nice little offload. Hits Venegas, and they keep moving into Rolón. Back off to the replacement scrum half, Donnelly. Bates back to his feet nimbly. We move on, plenty of space on the right-hand side through Draper. But Sowalo, a little bit of a slip there. Take a second look. This forward pack just offloading perfectly out to the outside here. Does not come to hands, but we've got a high tackle, no advantage gain, and back 10 go the Ore Diggers.
Credit the referee just for getting up there. Taken off his feet, straight back into the game. Physically, he's getting involved in the match, and physically, the Wildcats are just still dominating. In particular, very impressed by the number 3, Trent Draper. I've mentioned him enough time on commentary, but watch this from the referee. There you go, you're right in the thick of it. And he gets up and just cracks on, doesn't blow his whistle or anything. It's a thankless task, refereeing. I always say, I used to give them a lot of stick when I played, but you've got to give them a credit. Great work from the referee today.
Pop right back up to his feet. Now the big fella, Trent Draper, gets him moving again. Ball up through the hands. Rhodes almost hang on to it. Now he's able to take it into contact. Out to the right-hand side, Mbalolose over the top, finds the pass out to the wing, and they're able to take it through, over the line, center it up for another Wayne State try.
The man from London, Max Burke, gets a try. Good work down the blind side, all a bit too simple. Another try in the end for the Wildcats. Just pulling away now, Tim. This also feels that all those 50-50s are going into the Wildcats' hands as they move it back down to the blind. Good awareness there from Mbalolose. And as a winger, that is what you dream about. Nothing in front of you. Try time for the Wildcats.
Great job by the big fella. Secures that one with the big paws. Gets it to the outside. Beautiful work on the edge to take it the distance again. And Will, we haven't called Vuyo Mbalolose's name as much on the scoreboard, but boy, has he played an influential part in this match. Great job getting that one to the outside again, but he's been a part of most of these big breaking runs from Wayne State.
Yeah, great awareness just to jump back down the blind, and it's that little ball over the top. Yeah, I've got to credit the big man. How can I not? I don't give enough credit to the forwards. Shows that I was a back. And in the end, try time for Burke, the winger.
Wildcats continue to churn. The scrums have been incredible from this squad, and then the potency on the outside has really started to come to fruition. Beautiful offloads, showing just how dynamic they can be on the edges, with both wings coming away with tries here in the second half. Ricardo Pretorius The fullback takes this one out to the right-hand side. Couple of nice moves again there from the try scorer, Max Burke. Eventually drug into touch, slung down aggressively and illegally so. Penalty here, and back 10 go Colorado School of Mines.
Penalty to Wayne State.
Dulose will take this one again as we are just about 15 minutes away from Wayne State College punching their ticket for the 3rd year in a row into the national championship final. By Babson last year. Babson's out of it. Plenty of action still to come. Remember, don't go anywhere. Right after this match, we've got Duke taking on Holy Cross in a highly anticipated matchup here on the D3 side to see who will take on what looks to be a Wildcat squad that has been tremendous here in this D3 semifinal. Walk this one back, unable to find the target, trying to get up there. Francisco Rolon ends up being knocked on, and so we'll have another scrum, an area that has been treacherous for School of Mines. An opportunity, though, with a couple of subs in that forward pack now. See if things are able to change up a little bit.
Yeah, using the replacements, it's going to be key. Short turnaround for that final coming up on Sunday, and Wayne State have all but booked a place in that final.
That's okay.
But the replacements, having that strength and depth is going to be key, I'm sure, when they do move, probably will move on to the next stage. So these guys coming on the field have got to make sure that they're showing an impact, bringing another bit of energy. We've still got 15 minutes left in this match.
This time, a nice and easy exit from the scrum for Colorado School of the Mines into the hands of Cisneros. Moves it out to the backs, but not a lot of room to be had. Cisneros will take this one straight into contact. Drives over a couple of black jerseys before eventually returning it back. Into contact again, Gabriel now. Straightforward stuff. Knees hit, ball's recycled. There's a hard line coming in. We've seen that a couple times. Ordonez, Enriquez. The pick and goes, mix that in to continue the progression down the pitch. Ripped out of there, though. It looks like they're able to hang on to it. Ordigger's in possession, off to the left-hand side. Again, not a lot of support there, but they're able to get it back. Off to the left, nice defensive line, strings it all the way out to the outside. Unable to break free as Odom gets taken to deck. Hands on the ball, maybe not releasing that one, but we'll play on. The maul here, it's held up. Able to release this one, gotta have that ball playable quickly. They're able to do so. This one, unable to pull it out the back. Looks like it hit an arm. Straight down, says the referee. Play on. The Ordiggers back in possession. 13 minutes left to play here in the second half. Ordiggers, you see Anthony Ford there trying to implore his squad to come through, but the big fella, Trent Draper, has it again. Secures possession for the Wildcats, and it looks like they'll look to find an exit strategy. Kick coming there from Stevens. Finds touch and pushes it down the pitch a little bit. Line out for Colorado School of Mines.
Draper has literally been everywhere. If we're calling an MVP early, he's certainly on my list. Big number 3 is another few replacements come on. I think for the Mines, trying to see if any last bit of energy can help them. 12 minutes of rugby, Tim. I've seen very funny, odd things happen in 12 minutes. Who knows? They're going to need a try, though, very soon.
Line out comes into possession here for Colorado School of Mines. They go right into a driving maul. Falls apart a little bit, but they're able to keep things going. Ball's right there. Well done out of the maul. Play on. Through hands all the way across, but a big-time collision behind the gain line as they caught Eshbro. They're alone, still in possession. Odom trying to wrestle forward. He's taken down by Ruska. Another good driving run. Gabriel takes it over the 22-meter line for the Ore Diggers. Just that first receiver again. Lonesome forward, Dorsey. Good job taking it back close enough to the previous ruck. Now through the hands, there's Draper, the big fella. Getting into the action on the outside, knocks that one down. Will get sent back, but will they get that one around him? Lots of space on the outside.
When you're the size of Draper, you get in front of it. You can't get around him. Guess what, though? The Mines are still putting that tap and go. They're still trying to inject the pace into the game. You gotta applaud it.
Subs getting in the action. Griffin Herring gets a run into contact, but another strong defensive stand on the opposite side. Noah Marlin, the sub, number 23, comes up and makes that pop. Ball and possession retained. Beautiful little offload, gets it into the hands of Dalton Geist. But it's ripped out. Imdalalose gets punished for it, but secures possession for his squad. Now it's picked up over the left-hand side. Dances over one, tripped up at the 22-meter line. Great take by the try scorer, Labelli. Lost it forward, though, and it's scooped up by Dorsey. The Ore Diggers drive forward, supports. They're in time. Take this one off to the right-hand side. We've seen Max Cisneros, the scrum half. He loves to take those quick picks, but we just haven't seen him find a lot of space time and time again. Just too much strong defense from Wayne State.
It has been. It has been. Again, look, the effort shown from Cisneros. I mean, he has tried his hardest to give his team that go forward, and he's not the biggest of men, and he's still making some yards, but there's been other times when he's kind of gone down a blind alley, and it's been that selective sort of choice of when to pick and go and when to just move the ball away as a scrum half.
Inside, should you steal?
In the end,
Inside
it's good
22.
passage of play at this point.
Coach.
Imdalalose, I think we're seeing that turnover. Talking about MVP options in Draper, I think he's certainly up there, the number 12 for Wildcats. But yeah, the number 9 for Mines, as he goes down this blind, he's still wanting to try and inject pace in the game.
Big time collision, though. They continue to push forward. Great hit. I believe that was Francisco Rolón from his number 8 spot. Came up and collided heavily with the Ore Diggers. There's Draper again. Got his hands on it before that ruck arrived. See if he's able to retain it. Just rips it out of there and gets the ball back to his squad. Left-footed boot sends this one up over the top of the Ore Diggers. Great catch there coming in from Thomas Forsyth. He tries the return kick. That one goes directly into touch, though. We'll come back and have a line out where that kick was taken for Wayne State.
9 black, you're off. 13 black.
Draper just doing it all on his own.
6 black.
So good. So good from the big man as he ripped the ball away, and then it was that kick. They got it downfield. Great take from number 17. Maybe it was that slip that just offset him a little bit.
Maintain my tunnel.
Therefore, just hitting on the outside of his foot and slicing it straight out on the full. That's another man. Letso Alo, the number 6, has had a really quality game for Wildcats. He's going to have a rest as he'll get prepared, I'm sure, for Sunday now.
So off to the right now through Nakedi. Imdalalose, but knocked on there. Forward pass is the call. And so we'll have another scrum with about 7 minutes left to play in this D3 National Championship semifinal.
Are you checking our work?
Oh, I'd say that's harsh from the referee.
Yeah.
Imdalalose, we really want to see as many times on the ball. It was a great line. I thought it was a great little flat pass, but not to be. Another scrum.
Coach! Boy! Set!
Patrick Fate, our referee out of the Midwest, gets us going again. Not as much of a contest here in the last few scrums for Wayne State. Just looking to save a little bit of that effort maybe for tomorrow's national championship final. Already up by 31 points with a little over 5 minutes left to play. Big time skip pass all the way up over the top to nobody, trickles backwards, lost 20 meters so far, and you see the defensive tenacity coming in from Wayne State. Big time counter ruck opens it up and they take possession back. Wildcats looking off to the right-hand side. Here's Mdelalose, another offload in the tackle. Beautiful assist, 2 on the day for Mdelalose. Finds his target, and the Wildcats extend their lead with the try from Latiha Mara.
Take a bow. Mdelalose, just superb play. The draw in, the give on the outside. That is really high quality rugby from the Wildcats and by their number 12. Step off the right, bang, see you later. Draws in 2 players, perfect timing on the pass. And it's a gift of a score for his teammate. The number 12 for Wildcats, making it look very simple, but really, really skillful play. Superb footwork. Great awareness of where he was on the field and his ability to just suck 2 players in and give a wonderful assist.
Dishes it off to the freshman Mara out of Johannesburg, South Africa. Takes it through, getting the youngsters a little bit of action here. The final minutes of the D3 semifinal. Another one coming in from Stevens. Hits hard off the post. No good. So with about 4 minutes left to play, the Wildcats continue to apply pressure. More substitutions coming on. Shiado enters the pitch for the Wildcats.
It looks like Draper is taking a step away, so credit to the number 3 for the Wildcats. Superb game from him. They're going to need all his might and power in the final. Camden Rhodes as well, the number 2. He's also been excellent. Rightfully, they'll get a rest.
Coach Brian Chivers congratulating his front rowers there on a well-earned, tenacious match here. They continue to push forward, are the Wildcats. Good job by the Ore Diggers coming up and making that tackle. Not giving up, but a little high on that one, so it's Geist gets dinged for the penalty. Advantage being played for the Wildcats as they continue these slippery runs. Big time counter ruck pushes them off, but will come back to the penalty.
See it yet again though, the footwork from Mdelalose. Even if he doesn't have much space, he's still beating that first man. Really, really impressed by the number 12 today. But if I'm going to probably give an MVP of this match, Tim, I can't look further than those scrums, and I can't look further than a prop who's got turnovers and offloads and line breaks. So for me, Trent Draper, the number 3, he's been superb. A big prop from Wayne State.
Yeah, they've just been so dominant through this match, and when you have that set piece in your back pocket, it just makes everything else go smoother and gives one less attacking option for Colorado School of the Mines as we take a second look at the big fella there on the sideline. A terrific performance here in the D3 semifinal.
That's going to come back.
Not straight going to be the call. An option given for Wayne State.
Scrum?
There you go. The big man rightfully getting a rest. Was absolutely everywhere today, and really the crux as to why Wayne State have been so powerful is in the scrum, in the breakdown, the pick and go. I'm only smiling because I do love it when the props, they put in a shift. You can tell just on their face, just their expression. He's tired, but he rightfully so. He's put a brilliant performance in.
He's also captained his squad to a 36-point lead here in the D3. Play the winner of our next one, Holy Cross and Duke, here live from SaberCat Stadium. Here's a break down the near side in the final minute of this match. Able to leave that one behind just before stepped on that white stripe. So Colorado School of Mines continue to push forward. Off to the left-hand side, here comes Gabriel. Good job getting around the corner and securing possession for the Ore Diggers. Pass a little bit low, scooped up and hit behind the gain line. Offensive line speed still good for the Wildcats. There's some space, some numbers here on the right-hand side. Into contact they go through Jurger. Again, just not able to get that ball out quick enough to really continue the momentum. There's the stab kick up over the top, up and under. Is a dangerous one, but we will come all the way back. No advantage gained off a previous high tackle. So we'll come back for a penalty for the Ore Diggers.
Last play of the game, clock's in the red. Probably that passage of play really sort of, to be fair on the Colorado School of Mines, shows what they've been about. They've been tenacious, they've tried to inject pace onto the ball, picking and going, everyone's being involved. It's just not been enough against such a strong, powerful and sizable team in Wayne State.
Watch it on the Rugby Network if you're not in the
6 matches already this season where Wayne State College have held their opponents to 10 points or less. The offense has been great. The scrums have been tremendous. But this defensive strategy has been outstanding. This time they get dinged for sacking that line out. We've seen them close to the edge a couple times, and here's the quick tap coming in from Mohd Nasri. Replacement scrummy takes it into contact, and off their feet were the Wildcats. Another quick tap taken in by Dorsey. 1 meter out for the Ore Diggers. Love to end this one on an exclamation point, and it looks like they've done it. Nils Jurger dives over, slams it home for 5 for the Ore Diggers.
Well, the Ore Diggers, the fans, the families, the players and the coaches, a great way to finish off this game and their 15th season. They fought all the way, right to the end. It's a consolation try, but a credit to them, a real credit to them. They have absolutely given their all, and it's that passage of play at the end. As I say, there's just sort of been a theme. Lots of effort, not always accuracy, but they get that last try. A just reward for their hard work.
Thomas Forsyth, the freshman winger, hometown winger out of Houston, Texas. Look to set this one up. It's again just a tremendously dominant performance from Wayne State in the scrums, the defensive line pressure, and then the play in open field. Emmanuel Lose orchestrating that back line to perfection. Here's the kick from Forsyth off the mark to the left. A tremendous matchup here in the D3 semifinal. We've still got one more to go. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Rugby Network. For Will Hooley, I'm Tim Wilkes. Thanks to everybody with Next Level Rugby. A tremendous first half to the D3 semifinals. We got one more coming up, so keep it tuned here to the Rugby Network.